How much improvement have you seen in your low cycle game throughout the first 6 games of the season?
We're still working on it. It's a work in progress. Sometimes it's it can take a hold of a game, and then sometimes I think it can be better. So we're trying to work on the consistency of that. But I feel like when we do that, we're able to stay in the zone and generate.
Playing Chicago tomorrow, does it have a different feel being here at home and not coming right in late after that game?
Yeah, there's no question it's a different feel. I think our guys are excited for the game, and it was a tough grind coming, changing countries and going to bed at 3 in the morning. And, there's no excuses. We played our best period in the third, so there's really no excuses for that. We could have played better in the first 2 periods. But the guys really battled hard in that game to get a point. And like I said, it was disappointing for everybody not to have a better outcome given the circumstances and the situation in the overtime. So I think the guys are really excited to get back at them and play them tomorrow night.
No, Jokinen got a little roughed up last night. Didn't see him out there. Is it just a maintenance day for him today?
Yeah,
or
it's just maintenance.
Okay.
You talked earlier about seeing that belief in your team, that will to win. It kind of seemed you got it again last night, and maybe a game that went up and down. But
yeah, there was definitely ups and downs in that game. I think there was times when we did some good things, and times kind of like the cycle game, times when we could have done some things better. But in the end, they're not always perfect. There's going to be some games where we feel like we should have gotten better results, and we're happy with the way we played, and you don't walk away with the points. And it wasn't up and down; it went both ways. We had plenty of A chances to score. They had plenty of A chances to score as well, and it comes down to a shootout. So, but I think we're trying to work on that consistency, and that will help us in the direction of playing more minutes that we like.
A lot of games go into the third period either tied or down 1. Do you have a sense of when you need to say something, or when you kind of rely on your players to maybe lead by example or something?
No, I mean that was the players last night. They kept pushing through, and I think that the end of the games they've been dialed in and ready to play, ready to do whatever they got to do to win games. And there's been a lot of those situations so far. And, we got to give the guys credit because they're still collecting points in those situations.
Are you happy with the way Yarncroc has been performing?
Yeah. Callie's a real smart player. He's very detailed in all 3 zones and pays attention to detail. Their line was good. When it had Willie on there and Ole, that was a real good line. It didn't get the results, and we had talked about that a little bit, that they might not be seeing the results that they're looking for, but their line was actually getting lots of chances, and defensively they were very responsible. And Willie moved up, and Stallberg went on that line last night, and still, we still think Callie had a good game, and the line was effective. But in the first period, I thought it was our best line. They were the guys that were generating the chances and putting pucks at the net and scoring opportunities. So, we're happy with Callie.
Shea played 33 minutes last night, has 3 goals so far. Just how valuable has he been for you guys so far?
Well, I mean, that's half a game, including overtime. So those are big minutes, and they're not the easy minutes either. They're the tough minutes. There's a lot of D-zone starts in there, and there's a lot of top-line opponents in there. And that's how valuable it is.
The equipment managers, when they're on the road, the work that they do after the team lands, and doing that setup work.
So it's amazing, right? We're all talking about 3 o'clock in Winnipeg. When we went to bed, those guys did not go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. They went to bed well after that, if at all. Because a lot of times players come down that aren't in the lineup that night, and they need to prepare the next day to do an off-ice workout or to get extra work on the ice because they're not in the game. Those players still need the preparation too. So you think the days are long, and then they want to complain about going to bed at 3 o'clock, and those trainers probably would have loved to have gone to bed at 3 o'clock.